Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Reagan and this is my channel, Ray Reads, and today I'm going to be picking out my December TBR. Yeah. We're gonna ignore her, okay? Don't look. Also, we're gonna ignore her because I hate myself. Okay, so we're gonna pretend that I don't have this and that this isn't a thing. Okay, great. So December, I'm kind of scared of her. So December is gonna be such a busy month for me, reading wise and just like life wise. So in December, I have the Disney Channel Games Readathon, which is a readathon that I'm hosting with 7 other amazing booktubers. And we are hosting this readathon and I'm so excited. It's a 15-day readathon. I'm not gonna go into the specifics about it, of course, because I already made a readathon announcement video. But if you're interested in joining our readathon, it will be above in the cards and also linked down below in the description. But that is from December 6th to December 20th. So I do have to read for certain prompts during those 2 weeks. And so I'm going to be filming my TBR for that as well towards the end of this video. But of course we have to do my normal wheel spinner TBR because that is like on brand for my channel. I've been doing that since the start. And yeah, I just can't not do that. And you guys love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite videos to film. I just love the randomness of it. So of course I'm going to film that even though I have such a busy December already. So these are just some of the things that I need to read for December before getting into my wheel spinner. So first and foremost, I mean, this takes precedence over literally everything that I will ever pick up in December, and that is Layla by Colleen Hoover comes out on December 8th, I believe, which is actually during the Disney Channel Games Readathon, which is why I'm going to be very strategic about the books that I pick during that time frame, because normally I read her book on the day of release. I read the whole thing cover to cover, and so I want to make sure that I have time to do that because that's just a tradition of mine, and she's my favorite author, so of course I have to support her in that way. Let me know if you guys want me to film another reading vlog for this. I did a reading vlog for Heartbones, which was her most recent release back in September, and filmed me reading it and then talking about it, and it got a good bit of feedback. So let me know if you guys want me to do that again for Layla. You guys will just get a buttload of content in December, but I am going to be doing that. I'm also going to be filming the Disney Channel Games Readathon. I'm going to be vlogging my experience with that. So I have a lot going on during the second week of December. So first and foremost, Layla by Colleen Hoover, it will happen in December. Then of course I have my book club book, which is the Prose Before Bros book club, which is the book club that I host with my friend Kara from Books with Kara, and we are reading A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. We picked this book for November, but both realized that we had such a busy month and could not get to it in time, and it was such a really like heavy fantasy book, so we were like, we need a little bit more time with this. So we pushed the live show back towards the end of December, so I'm still reading this book for my book club, but it's just gonna happen a little later. So this has to be read, I think, before. Okay, how did your trip?
It was so good.
Good. So my roommate just came home and that scared the crap out of me. So anyways, so like I was saying, I need to finish that book before the live show, and yeah, so that's a necessity. I need to finish this month. And then I'm also hosting the Percy Jackson read along. I know this is so much, guys. It's actually kind of crazy, but I need to read both of the last 2 books in the month of December. I think the 4th book live show is like mid-December, and then I think the 5th book live show is the 3rd of January. So I need to like read it before the end of December. So I need to read 2 of those books, and I have the Disney Channel Games Readathon, and then on top of that, I want to be able to have time to mood read in between all of that. So I'm still gonna do my wheel TBR. I'm only gonna pick 3 books instead of 4 this month though, because I am kind of scared of that. So we're gonna do the wheel spinner, and then I'm gonna pick my Disney Channel Games Readathon TBR. Time for the wheel spinner. So I have changed my prompts yet again to best suit the books that I want to read this month. So I have dark romance, a book on my shelf. This is really broad, but I have a lot of books on my shelves that I have not read that I need to read. So that is on there. I have just a general romance. I have a book with green on the cover. I need to finish a book that I've already started. I need to read a recommended book, a reread, a KU book, which is Kindle Unlimited if you're not aware, and then a fantasy. Oh my god, I have romance on here twice. Let me fix that. All right, well, I can't think of another prompt, so we're just gonna leave it at those 9 and delete the 10th one. Yeah, okay, so we have these 9 prompts. I'm going to be picking 3 off of this list, and I'm super excited about it. So I guess let's go ahead and start with the first one. I'm so nervous. I literally love filming these videos, but I also hate it because I always get the ones I don't want. Like the ones that I put on there last because I'm like, I don't care. Okay, here we go. You guys know I love my dark romances. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. So I wanna read a dark romance. I don't know which one, so I'm gonna grab my phone and find one really quick. Okay, so I just looked through my Goodreads, and I think for this one, I'm gonna read Knotted by Pam Godwin. I bought this on Kindle because it was like free or 99 cents, maybe like a few weeks ago. So I have this one on my Kindle ready to go, and I'm pretty sure it's a dark romance. I'm not totally sure exactly, but I read the synopsis, and I think a girl is like assaulted, which I would consider a dark romance. So I think she's like assaulted while he like has to watch it happen, and so I would consider that pretty dark. So I'm gonna pick this book for that prompt of dark romance, but I'm really excited because I've never read a book by Pam Godwin, and I want to read Sea of Ruin literally so bad, like literally so bad, but I want to wait until I can purchase it in paperback. So maybe one day, people, maybe one day I will read this book because it sounds so amazing and it's really, really dark, but I don't want to buy it right now. So I'm going to be reading Knotted by Pam Godwin instead, which is, I'm assuming, pretty dark as well, but I'm really excited to read something of hers because I've never actually read anything by her. All right, oh, let me tell you guys what it's about. So this book is, I'm not really sure, hold please, let me read the synopsis. Ooh, this sounds really good. So this is about a guy and a girl who are best friends growing up, and basically they had all their firsts together, but she was assaulted and he had to watch it happen, and she ended up leaving Oklahoma shortly after. And so as she comes back to Oklahoma later to, I guess, honor a pact they made when they were like kids, she comes back, but he's not the same man. He's much darker and much closed off and more cold, which I love a damaged hero, especially one that's really cold. It's the heroine at the beginning because, like, you know, he's like heartbroken and he's just not in a good space. So I absolutely love that when a hero is like that. So I'm really excited about this one. It sounds so good. Also, my girl Sam read this book and said it was so good and she gave it 5 stars. Sam is one of my favorite bookstagrammers. She reads dark romance and I value her opinion so much. I will link her Instagram down below. I've done it before. She's amazing. I love her. Just go follow her on Instagram because she's amazing. All right, on to the next one. I'm scared. Oh my God, I didn't want this one. I feel like I always get the ones I don't want, except for last time. I got dark romance and I wanted that. All right, so finish a book I have started. I need to finish this book, and so that's what I'm gonna say. A Court of Wings and Ruin. I know you guys are like, excuse me, you haven't finished this book yet. I am literally exactly 50% of the way through. Actually, I think I'm like 54. I was reading this series like back to back to back, and I got to the middle of this one and I just hit a slump. Like, I don't know what it was, but I just could not finish it. And so I put it down and I never picked it back up again. And that was like September. So I really need to read this because I really want to read A Court of Frost and Starlight. I think that's the next one. Yeah. And then I want to be ready to read the new release. I don't even know what it's called. A Court of Silver and Flames or something. That one comes out in February, I believe. So I want to be ready to read that one when it comes out. So I need to finish this bad boy. And I'm like only 50% of the way through. So I mean, I could kill that. So I need to finish this one, and that's what I'm going to choose for this prompt. Also, if you don't know what that book is about, it is a 3rd book in the series of A Court of Thorns and Roses. And that is, I literally can't even explain it. It's just a fantasy romance. You should just go into it blind. Just read it if you haven't already. I've recommended it on my channel a few times though, so you're probably already familiar with it. So yeah, let's move on to my 3rd and final pick of the wheel, TBR. Don't give me a reread. Yes, thank you, wheel spinner gods. I love you. Okay, a KU book. I did not want to pick a reread. That is not what I wanted. I got reread last month and I didn't even reread a book because I suck. But anyways, I got a KU book, which is super excited. So I'm gonna find a book on KU and then I'll let you guys know. Okay, so for my KU book that I'm gonna choose for this prompt, I think I'm gonna pick Hero by Lauren Rowe. This is one of the Morgan Brother books. This is the very first one, and I really want to read this series because I've heard so many good things about it. And this one is, I guess he's a firefighter, if that's what it looks like from the cover. But I think from the synopsis, it basically says that at the beginning of the book, he's like super broken and damaged, not just like mentally, but physically. He's like in the hospital and she's like his physical therapist, and he's like in the ICU and he's like super injured. Like, this man really needs help. Like, he can't even speak, I think, at the beginning of the book. But anyways, she is his physical therapist, and basically she just like fixes him and they're gonna fall in love. have, and it says, what I couldn't possibly know was that Lydia Decker needed fixing far more than I ever did. So I'm sure it's gonna be kind of emotional, but all the ratings of people that I trust on Goodreads say it's really, really good and they really enjoyed it. So I really wanna pick this one up. So that is all for my wheel spinner of my random normal TBR. Now we're gonna move on to my Disney Channel Games Readathon TBR. So the very first reading prompt is Alphabet Goop, which is the one I'm most excited about because I literally have no idea what I'm gonna read for this one because I have to randomly generate a letter from the alphabet. So I'm about to change this spinner wheel to a spinner wheel with every letter of the alphabet, and then we'll do it. Okay, so here we are. We have my random letter generator and we have all the letters in, and I shuffled them so they're not in like alphabetical order, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Okay. I'm nervous. I'm nervy. Okay. This really determines a lot and I'm scared. Okay. I'm gonna get like Q or something. I just know it. Ooh, E. Okay, so I think for this book, I'm going to choose Even If It Hurts by Marnie Mann. I've heard so many good things about this book, and this cover is gorgeous. I mean, that girl is beautiful. Her red hair, amazing. But I've heard it's a real heart-wrencher, and also it's a love triangle, which you guys know on my channel, I don't like love triangles. I actually almost despise them. So I'm kind of nervous about this book because I always root for the wrong guy. I always think it's gonna be the one guy, and then it turns out to be the other. So I hate myself every time I read a love triangle. But this one seems to be a love triangle. It seems to make people cry. I'm all about crying. I'm all about the tears. So I'm good to pick this one up and give it a try. But basically, I think it's about a girl who goes off like abroad for college and meets a guy and falls in love, and then she comes back home and doesn't think she'll ever fall in love again. And so she meets a guy and they do fall in love, and then they end up getting married, and then a couple years later she sees or runs back into the guy from her past, and they kind of fall in love again, and she realizes that she actually is in love with both of them. And so it's kind of like, what is she gonna do now kind of thing. So that kind of scares me, but I've heard it's good by a few people, so I want to try it, and I don't know, I'm really scared about this one, so I might end up changing my mind. So my backup choice is going to be Every Moment After by Joseph Moldover. I want to read this book and get to it, but it is a bit long. Well, it's not like huge, I guess. It's actually not long at all. It's only like a little over 300 pages, so I could pick this one up. I just want to be strategic about the book that I pick up during this first prompt because it is 6th through the 8th, I believe, and the 8th is when Layla comes out, so I want to try to pick a short book for this one so that I can read it on like the 6th and 7th and then read Layla on the 8th, but we'll see. So this is my backup book. This is just a book about these boys who are best friends, and there is a school shooting while they're at school, and they lose one of their best friends in their group of friends, and so it's kind of like how they deal with the trauma after the shooting. So this one sounds really good. This is gonna be my backup book if I don't read Even If It Hurts. So the next prompt is Simon Says, and this one is to read a book recommended to you by someone else, and so I'm going to choose Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth. I need to read this for the Percy Jackson read along anyways, so it kind of fits perfectly into this prompt. It'll be like a few days right before the live show, but that's okay, I can finish it. So I need to read this for the Percy Jackson read along live show anyways, which is that following Sunday. I think that's the 13th. And so I'm gonna go ahead and read it for this one. This is the 4th book in the Percy Jackson series, and I don't really know anything about it other than that it is the 4th book in the series. This book has been recommended to me by literally everyone. Well, the series has been recommended to me by so many people, but I'm finally getting to it because of the Percy Jackson read along, and so that is the book that I'm gonna choose for this prompt. So the next prompt is the Outrageous Obstacle Course, and this one is to read a book with a lot of action or just like a big, really like action-y plot going on. And so for this one, I'm going to pick up Paper Girls. I don't know who this is by, but it'll be on the screen. Actually, I don't even know if the cover has the author's name, but this is a graphic novel that I've heard so many good things about, and so I'm going to pick this one up. I don't own it yet, but I will have a physical copy to read, so I'm super excited about this one, and I'll fly through it pretty quickly, so I'm really excited about this one. Also, I don't really know what it's about. I'm pretty sure it's about these like paper girls who like throw out the paper or something, and they're dealing with these people who have like time traveled or something like that. I don't really know. I've just heard it's really good, so that's what I'm gonna pick up for the Outrageous Obstacle Course. The next one is another one of my favorite prompts, and that is Dunk Tank, and this is a book that features water in the cover or in the plot or in the title, anything that features water in the book. So for this one, I think I'm going to pick When October October Starts by Seven Rue, I believe is who it's by. This is a pretty shorter book. I don't think it's like a super long book, but it's not as short as like a novella. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this book is about a girl who like moves in with her brother and his best friend, and it's a brother's best friend trope, but it's also a student teacher romance because he ends up being her teacher. And I literally know nothing else, but I just know it sounds really good and I've heard good things about it. So I'm excited to pick it up. And last but not least is the Extreme Egg Toss, and this is to buddy read a book with someone. And because I am one of the hosts for the Disney Channel Games Readathon, I am a part of the yellow team. Me and Mare from Mare Reads are the two co-captains for the yellow team. And so we are buddy reading A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I don't remember who it's by. I think Bridget Kerner? I don't know. I might be really sounding stupid, but it'll be right here so you guys can see who it's by. But I'm really excited about this. This is like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I've heard so many good things about it. And so me and Mare are both really wanting to read it. So we figured it'd be a good time to pick it up for the readathon. So guys, we got a lot of books to read in the month of December. I'm a little scared, a little frightened, not gonna lie, but I do have a lot of those books that I need to read, as well as make time for myself to mood read. I'm so excited for January, guys, because I have like no other commitments in January other than my book club. And so I am so excited to just basically mood read the entire month of January. I am so excited. I have so many commitments this month. So this month is a little more tighter for me, which kind of makes me nervous because I am such a mood reader, but I'm really excited about the month anyways because I have a lot of good books picked out and books that I do really want to get to. So that is all for this TBR video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. It does really help to support me, as well as check out my description box for all of the links to my social media. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. I'm really active on Instagram, so make sure to follow me there. I also have my Amazon wishlist and any other way you guys are able to support me, and any other links you're gonna need will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something